now I'm really very pleased to introduce you to Barbara Iglesias. Barbara is, I have no doubts, is one of the best students we ever had in the in the 6 editions of the EMMS program. She is an engineer, aeronautical engineer. Her profession is related to planes, to airlines, and she's based in Canary Islands in Spain. She came here with no experience about marketing and sales, which is not necessary to be expert in marketing and sales, just to join the EMMS. And I could see how she has evolved. And just before the end of the EMMS, I had the privilege to see the changes she did at her company, and how the sales of the company raised a double digit. So I am pleased, I'm very, very honored to introduce you to Barbara Iglesias.
So thank you very much, Luis, for your introduction. It's always a pleasure to be here and to finally conclude in this program. That it was a little bit hard for me, especially at the beginning, because I was not very familiar with all the terms that I was going to manage during the marketing and sales program. But it was very easy. I have to recognize that it was very easy because the program is very well organized, and it was easy for me to do it. A little bit tough, as I'm going to explain. So as you can see, Giovanni, that it was one of your questions. My introduction of my experience is a metamorphosis. I would like to say a metamorphosis because I changed a lot my way of watching life, to my way of working, my professional focus completely from the beginning to the end of the master. So it's something that you can do, of course, and even more if you come from the side of the customer, as you say, vendor management and sourcing, that is your background. So for me, my ingredients were very easy. So I have I'm going to use this, and I have an aeronautical background, as Luis said. I'm working in airlines, especially maintenance, selling aircraft maintenance, and also buying related to sales and purchases of aircraft. That is also another task that is done commonly in the airlines. I have an international working environment. It's something that I had from before. I was working in quality assurance, dealing with civil aviation authorities, also working in engineering department and with the technicians in maintenance. So very technical background, but aviation is a very international industry itself. So I was very involved in an international environment. And then Esade and Bocconi came to my life, and my perspective changed a little bit, and my career also changed a little bit, and I became a completely different person. So how did I do it? I'm going to tell you how was my metamorphosis from the beginning till nowadays. So as I told you, I was looking for a program. I need a program because I have no skills in marketing and sales, not a very solid background. I was reading my things, learning from myself, and it was a little bit difficult, and my company and the way they work. So I have to improve all the system to make a better commercial department. So I was looking for something international, as my industry is. Also compatible with a demanding job because I have to travel a lot. I was very involved with my customers, so I have to visit them, to be with them. I need something complementary. So it means I didn't want to study something similar to the things I was studying before, because I think I was skilled enough in the things I knew before. So I was looking for something complementary and covering both topics. I don't know if you have seen my profile. I'm commercial manager of a company, so I drive both marketing and sales departments. So I need to know or to improve my skills in both of them. And I also, of course, was looking, I'm developing my career, so I was looking to enhance my CV and to improve my professional development. That for me was the most important thing. So what I did, I started the program, and I know that you said that it's only a couple of hours. Okay, I can support you, of course. It's a couple of hours, but I have to confess that I study more than a couple of hours per day. So I was always taking into account all the readings, all the inputs from the teachers, all the things I could, taking the most profit that I could. And I discovered more than all the learnings and all the courses that Luis is explaining, or was explaining. I discovered that behind any product or service, there is always a person. And this person has emotions, feelings, understandings, values, worries. I discovered that behind any consumption, there is something anthropological behind. So I was so it's something psychological, very psychological, this job. And I realized that it's a very changing environment, and I like it and enjoy it a lot. I study a lot, I watch the world a lot and pay attention to everything that was happening. And now I'm ready, so I think I'm ready to change my company. I did it already, so I can say it. Even I really think, I strongly think that I have the tools to change the industry. So I can change. I think like there are many things in my industry to be improved that now I have the tools to do it. And why not change the world? So now I feel very confident that I can improve many things in the world. So I feel proud of me and finishing the EMMS. So now, as already used was introduction and saying the introduction, in my company we increased sales by 20 times. So it was really interesting numbers at the end of the day, the year for all the board of directors and the finance. Also with finance, I improved the way of my payment of my customers. So also it was more interesting for the board of directors of my company. There's another thing that I improved, that is my life, knowing myself and improving my personal skills. This is something that I didn't expect it. So all the coaching sessions that Luis was saying in introduction are very important because you know your strengths and weaknesses. So it's something I think is a tool very important to improve your career and your development. I apply all the techniques I learned, even in the class, in Esade, in Bocconi, everything. I apply everything in my life, in my lectures, in my presentations to my customers. And now I really feel another thing. I remove all my fears to run my own company or my own business. Something that I was expecting and maybe someday I would do. But now I strongly think I have the tools to drive my own company. This is my takeaways, no? Like my last, what I have now in my experience. Now I have a very structured and updated approach of marketing and sales. I have a huge amount of information, articles, and access to the library, and many professionals when I have some doubts to ask anything to continue and go ahead with advice. I have a degree from a university with high-ranked schools, both Esade and Bocconi. I have a very good network of marketing and sales people. That was the introduction. And the best of all, that I think, and not only me, we were a lot that became were seduced by this metamorphosis. And now I think, and you see all these butterflies around. So now I think I have many friends, 30 in my promotion, and maybe also Ursi that is coming now and finishing the presentation. Thank you very much.